What did you go to prison for?
I went to prison for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. It sounds worse than it was.
Cops.
Yeah. Like, no.
It really wasn't that bad.
They were exaggerating when they said it. I like this. You see that, dude? Bam, custom made. Cut out.
Gosh, I lost my wallet, man.
Hey, that fucking sucks. This buddy of mine recently he came by on Christmas Eve, and he's like, yeah, he comes over on his motorcycle. What's up, bro? Let's fucking do some shots and all that stuff. I'm like, all right, dude. So we start fucking taking shots and stuff, and then it starts to get dark. And he's, man, I'm gonna get out of here before it gets too dark, man. And I'm gonna stop by the cycle gear and buy this jacket I saw. It's on sale. And he goes over there and he comes right back. Like 10 minutes later, he's back at my house. What the fuck you come back for? He goes, check it out. I bought the jacket, dude. And I said, okay, I thought you were going home. He goes, yeah, but check this out. Pulls out a wallet. I found this wallet on the fucking sidewalk when I was walking out.
And is that one?
No.
Oh.
No.
Why did you say the whole thing?
I was like,
I
was like, is that?
What a dick. He was like, what a dick.
Yeah.
No, he was like,
Then what's the point?
will you let me get to I'm telling a different story, motherfucker.
I was still on. I was like, oh, that's nice.
No, so he tells me, but he's like, he's like, yeah, man. He goes, check out this wallet I found. I was like, oh shit. I was like, what? Have you looked through it? He goes, yeah, it's got fucking cash. He opened, it's got cash, all his credit cards. And I said, oh shit, is his ID in there? He said, yep. I said, is there anything like for a phone book with any numbers? He was like, yeah. I said, we'll call him and tell him that you found his wallet, dude, and to come get it. He was like, nah. For real? I was like, yeah, dude, what the fuck? It's fucking Christmas, you piece of shit. You know, you fucking Grinch that stole Christmas, motherfucker. I said, how would you like it if you lost your shit and you were going to go all through the holidays with that? This dude's about to report his shit stolen. Call him and fucking tell him he found his shit, bro.
I've actually been looking in the mail to see if someone mails my stuff back because I don't know where I lost it at.
Oh, yeah, but are we going?
Yeah, we're rolling.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
What's up, Sucka?
What's up, man?
Oh, what's up, man? We're in the middle of the story. Yeah, we're here with Mike Garza. What's up, Mikey?
What's good, man? How y'all doing?
Oh, shit. We're live. We're live in the studio, man. Just enjoying this fucking pandemic, dude.
We live at 5, drinking some bougie water. Some
Josh is bougie.
HEB.
Sponsored by Sparkling Hot Water.
It's delicious.
It'll make you sprout wings and suck a dick.
Oh, man.
Oh, man. You don't want to do that.
No.
But what were we talking about? The wallet. Oh, yeah. I told him, I was like, dude, you know, you found this dude's wallet. Fucking. He was like, oh, man. And I was like,
You made
dude.
him feel bad.
Yeah, I hope so. And he goes, well, man, I'll just go back over there. And I go, yeah, go back over to the place. And so he goes over there, and then he calls me a little bit later and goes, yeah, dude, the dude, I got there, and they called him, the store called him, and he came right back.
Did he really do it,
Yeah,
though?
yeah, he did.
If it ain't on Snap, he didn't do it.
Yeah, and he goes, yeah, man, the dude came back, and he was, oh, thanks, bro, man, I appreciate it. And he started looking at, see if his money was in there. And, and my buddy goes, nah, it's there, bro.
Did he break him off with any?
He said that the dude started to take out like a $20 bill, and he said, nah, bro, you know what? Keep it. I was about to be a piece of shit, dude.
I was about to jack you in.
Yeah, he said, you can thank my buddy, man. He's the one that talked me into fucking turning it back in. And
You're a guardian angel.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah,
What?
man. I've been waiting for somebody to. I'm looking in my mail, man. I don't know where I lost it, but man.
Well, that's why it's called Lost.
Man, I've been there. I'm there right now.
Well, dude, I lost mine. I lost my wallet like about 3 weeks ago, and what I had done is I'd ran out to the van.
Oh, so that's a new one.
No. Listen, I ran out to. Listen,
man.
I lost it, but I found it again.
Forget about that wallet.
Yeah,
Just
I-
forget
yeah,
about
I know,
that
he's
wallet.
stuck
What
on
is
his
the
wallet, dude.
backstory on that wallet, man?
No, check it out. Thank you. Louis Escamilla at Black Point made this for me, custom wallet. No, but what's
Shout
called? I didn't realize it, but I had run out to the van or my car or something when it was cold and raining to do something, and I put the wallet in one of my random jacket I just grabbed because it was raining, and I didn't realize I put it in the jacket. And then I came back inside, and then I couldn't find my fucking wallet, dude.
Come on, man.
And I started, and I was looking all over the place. I was like, what the fuck? I couldn't find it, so I reported my cards.
Oh, you did that. You had to
Yeah,
do that.
and then check this out. My girlfriend ran out to the car to get something the next day, and she happened to put on the same. We have like 20 jackets and windbreakers and all this, and she just grabbed one of them, and she grabbed the one with the wallet in, and she says, "Hey, I found your wallet in
And
this
you
pocket."
already canceled them.
Yeah,
Man.
yeah, but well, actually, I canceled my one of them, and I was about to. I deleted. I mean, well, not deleted. What do you do?
Yeah, can't, like,
Turned them off. Whatever you
put them
do,
on hold.
disabled them.
Yeah.
And I disabled the other ones, and one of them I couldn't, so I had to cancel that one. And then I fucking found it. She found it, and then I just got about 3 weeks ago. I just got my new card. It sucks, dude. Doing that shit.
I know what you're going through. I just started, like, I guess being an adult lately, and I started doing things on my own.
Nah, come on.
No,
dude.
for real.
How old are you?
34 years old.
What are you gonna be when you grow up?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm gonna be somebody. I want to be somebody.
And so, what you started being an adult by how?
Yeah, so I started being an adult. You know, I'm kind of going through a separation right now, but you know, kind of hoping to get things back together. But if not, I got to be a man. So I started doing the calling the bank. Hey.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say. So I joined Tinder. I gotta be a man. And
Nah, so I called them. Man, that whole situation is frustrating. Getting a card in the mail, then you have to wait for it. And I live in some not good apartments, so
I love the way you put this. Some not good.
not good.
They're not
Like-
bad. They're just not good.
Bro, this is my first apartment ever. Like, first time that I ever got my own place. And I'm like, so I'm a convicted felon. Like, for one,
Nice.
I have zero credit. Like, my credit score is zero.
That's
For real.
credit score is zero.
And so, like,
Can you have a credit score of zero?
Yeah, you have no credit. Yeah, it's
I thought you at least they start you
No,
with
what?
some bullshit
No.
like a
No.
300 or
I thought-
400.
that's what I thought. I thought the lowest, like, 200 something. Give me something.
you got to get a shitty credit card with like 50 or
They-
500.
Go to
bucks on
Rent a
it.
Center and buy something.
Yeah, something like that.
Man, every time I run my credit, it just says nothing.
They just laugh.
It brings up my child support. It brings up my medical bills, because when I got my leg amputated, that thing was like $500,000 almost. That whole process.
So does that? But medical bills don't go on your credit,
Man,
do
for
they?
some reason, it's coming on mine.
Oh, I think it's a new thing. I think since Trump got in office, I think there's something about that medical bills.
I don't know
that-
who pays for my stuff, but thank you.
Yeah, I think it does. So now they change because you could be sued by credit card companies before. You couldn't be sued by them.
Well, they said
It was
if
an
I
unsecured
ever
loan.
own anything now, that the
They could put a
hospital-
lien on it.
Yeah, they'll come for me. So I'm like, I'm
What-
basically not gonna
what-
own nothing in my life.
Well, you put everything in your mama's name, dude. That's what Mexicans do.
No, I can't even do that. No. No, I love you, mama, but no.
But,
we're not
but
doing
your
that.
credit is worse than mine.
Man, my credit was bad when I was 12, man. I used to have
Oh.
the light on in my
It was in your name?
Yeah.
Yeah, like Juan Verrial's parents did that shit to him too.
No,
Oh, this
for
is
real.
this is
Yeah.
the stupidest shit. This is from experience. Medical bills will not affect your credit as long as you pay them.
As long as you, hey, master of the fucking obvious,
as
no
long as you
shit.
pay-
Who?
Thank you, Experian. If you just
Dude,
pay your bills, it's not
They
gonna.
know they're talking to retarded motherfuckers here, dude.
Hey, that
God
was
dang,
just-
dude.
They didn't even have to put the rest down there. Like, they
Yeah.
just needed to end with that.
It's just-
Jackass.
it doesn't go under consumer debt. So since most healthcare providers don't report to credit bureaus, so your health provider just decided to report it.
So,
Oh, they
yeah,
saw you
no,
coming.
they're-
They
no, they're
probably
trash.
been to your apartment.
They
No, that-
sold it to a company.
No, for real, they did. Like,
Yeah.
they cut my leg, and they were like, "Hey," I was like, "Man, like that much to cut my leg? Like, how is it that much to cut a leg off?"
What if they came and took your arm? They charged you an
Man.
arm and a leg.
That'd be
Get it to
that.
the.
Yeah, no,
Man.
there's instances where they've charged, hospitals have charged for Tylenol like $40.
I
50
tried to
bucks,
go
you know.
and get a car. Like, I tried to go get a car, and they were like, "Oh man, you owe too much on your child." I'm like, "Man, come on, man."
They
like,
see everything.
man, everything.
They told you that you owe too much on your child support and your medical. Or just your child
no,
support?
the child support came up. Once the child support came up, they were like, the medical is fine, but this is what we need to talk about. I was like, nah, I've been trying to talk about that, but
Yeah.
I'm trying to straighten that out.
Dude, that child support's a motherfucker in Texas, bro.
Child support is the devil. The whole court system talks about, oh, we're not for the mother. You're a liar because you're not for me.
It is very much geared towards. But I've seen some of my homeboys win because
Man,
the woman was just worse. She was just worse.
You have to be. You
Yeah,
have to
yeah.
go in there with a crack pipe to get your.
You have to be a horrible woman.
horrible.
Or just give them up.
Yeah, one of my
But I could be just. all right, kind of bad, and all your rights are gone. Like what?
So
What?
these are the highest child supports ever on here.
Oh man,
Charlie Sheen has 110,000, Eddie Murphy 50,000.
no way.
That's what they pay. Britney
month.
Spears
A
pays.
month.
Oh, she pays her dude. Britney Spears pays her dude 20,000 a month.
Yep.
Oh wow.
That's right, dude. God dang.
I see, and that's rare that you see women on child support. You rarely see. I rarely see it. I haven't met one guy that has a baby mama paying him.
Oh, I did. One of my homeboys. He was paying, and it was great. Kind of fucking poetic justice. She was always after him. Like, you know, if he had been to prison too, you know, but he was trying to do the right thing.
Yeah.
He was doing the right thing, and she was always after him when he was a little bit late. That I'm gonna take you to court and all. But she kept getting the kid late to school, missing school, and he was documenting everything. And he came
how
in.
it comes around.
He came in with a stealth bomber and swooped away with custody.
Come
and so
on.
she had to pay him, and then she doesn't pay him. So they
No.
fucking, and he's like,
I'd be
I'm
calling.
like, get him. They take her income tax,
Oh,
and they do all that shit to her.
Shout out
But,
to that guy.
Yeah,
Man.
yeah,
Right.
dude. I love that story.
You gotta
That's
go
a story
play.
that
You
happened
gotta
to
go
me.
play the lottery, man. You got some luck.
But
man.
besides that, I don't know very many of those situations.
Man, child support. Like when I first got set up for child support, I was 16 years old. I didn't even care about working. I was just a kid. I was like, oh, I'll just pay.
You had a kid at 16?
I had a kid at 16 years old.
Damn.
Man, I'm telling. I got 8 kids, man. I got 4 boys, 4 girls.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, damn,
yeah.
dude.
Oh yeah. I was.
So 90,000
how many
is not
different
a lot.
baby?
No.
How many
no.
different baby mamas do you have?
I have 4. I got
Four baby mama and 8 kids.
8 kids. Yeah.
2 from each.
No, I got 3 with my high school sweetheart. And then I was a hood rat. Had 1 with another girl. And then my wife now, I have 3. And then I have another baby mom that I have 1 with. But I got 50-50 custody of 1 of them. Out of all of them, I got 50-50 custody of 1.
And how old's the youngest?
The youngest is 2.5. The oldest is 17. Just got into Sam Houston University. So
Wow.
That's good.
Yeah. That ain't good. That's
Damn,
because
dude.
I wasn't around. Because if I was around, I probably wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't. His mom did right.
That's good, dude.
Yeah.
Damn, but that's a lot of kids, bro.
Man, hey, I love them.
I hope so. But do they love you?
Oh yeah, no, they just don't like the daddies. You know, I come from experience. I'm like, man, you shouldn't be. And I feel like that. I feel like my parent, my mom, when she used to tell me like, and I'm like, man, I ain't trying. And I see it in my kids, and I'm like, man, you just gonna have to fall. You gonna have to see it, and that's the hardest thing to do, man.
Yeah, bro.
Is watching
I know.
your heart outside of your body, and you can't do nothing about it, man.
Yeah. I'm going through some shit with my oldest son, dude. Yeah, it's not. There ain't nothing you can do but sit back now and watch him. He's 31 years old, about to be 32. My oldest son.
Still your baby though.
Yeah, dude. And
Man.
yeah, you know, all I could do is sit back and watch, and hopefully everything works out in the end. Like me, my parents had to sit back and watch me fall.
Man.
You know, and I did 6 years in prison, came back and changed my life, and you know, whatever. But you hope you get to see that change in someone.
Man.
Like what? Let's backtrack a little bit. What did you go to prison for?
I went to prison for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
Well-
It sounds worse than it was.
Fucking cops.
Yeah. Like, no.
It really wasn't that bad.
They were exaggerating when
Like-
they said it.
I wasn't aggravated.
Yeah, I was in an argument, and during the argument, I brandished a weapon. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
That's aggravated
and,
assault.
And I'm like, man,
On paper.
on paper, and I'm like, that's not just an argument, like an over argument. Like,
But did you go, I'll fucking kill you, bitch?
Nah,
or did you
I was
fucking-
just, I was like, man, hey,
Oh,
man,
it was one of those,
it's
too.
it's about to go
At
down.
first, I thought it was one of these.
Nah,
and it was
nah.
one of those.
Again, I brandished a weapon during the argument. They said I threatened and all that, which is I did.
They, so it was multiples?
Nah, it was one person.
okay.
So then I went to court, but during that time, man, the county jail was bad, man. Like,
What year was this?
this was 08.
08.
2008, man, that freeze, man.
The freeze is on.
Bro, and commissary was just, I was already broke. I didn't have no money, so I couldn't afford 75 cents for a suit. Like, I'm like, man, everybody's telling me, man, you got to just go to prison. Prison is, like, you get you get good food. I'm like, man, for real, like, bet.
Man, for
And
real.
I already knew I was going to prison because my record already was up to that point was.
You had never been before that?
Nah, I had never been before that. So I just kept catching assault charges, fighting. And so finally, when I got the aggravated assault, the judge was just like, look, you're on probation. You're running on the MTR. You just picked up another charge. Like, nah, you're gonna do some time. So I was like, man. So my lawyer came back. He's like,
how old were you?
What was I? I was
In 08.
22.
Oh, so you were a kid.
Yeah, I was a kid.
22 years old.
22 years old, man.
Okay.
And so my lawyer comes, he goes, man, I got a good deal. I said, all right, well, what is it? He goes, 16 years. I said, man.
16?
Yeah.
That's a good deal?
I said, that's a good deal. He said, man, look, hey, with your record, like, you heard the judge, like, she's not trying to. I said, man, give me in a single digit. You give me in a single digit, I'll do
9.
it. I was like, and he came back, he's like, man, this is the best I can do, 8. And I'm like, man, look, see if you can get him to go just a little bit lower, man. I'll sign today, like right now. He's like, man, I don't want to go back. I said, look, man, just try one more time. Like, and he goes, man, if they throw it off the table, that's it. And I'm like, all right. So they came back and she said, tell them we'll do a 7-year cap. Well, we'll cap it at 7 years and we'll let the judge decide. So the most that I could get was 7.
The Malia.
Yeah, and I'm like, nah. I was like,
no.
Man. I was like, tell her I'll do 3. Like, tell her I'll do 2. So we kept going back and forth. Finally, the judge decided 5. She was like,
should have been a car salesman.
man, for real.
Yeah.
So so we were going back and forth. Finally, the judge said, hey, that's it. I signed 5 years. She told me, hey, her name was Sharon McCrae. They call her Sharon McThrow'em-away. And I was like, and she, when I was there, she goes, sir, I hope you learn your lesson when you're in there, and blah, blah. And she goes, 5 years TDC, boom. And I was like, man, that was
Dude, I was in the era of Susan Reed.
Oh, man.
Susan Reed she was a judge when she was a judge.
Yeah.
I ended up in her courtroom. Luckily, my lawyer was like, man, one of these people in this courtroom owe me a favor, so I'm going to get it out of her court. And
Can you say that on here?
I just did.
I know, but like, can I keep that in?
I don't care.
Yeah. Oh, okay, cool.
That's old.
Yeah.
Man, the whole system's corrupt.
That was the 90s, bro.
Yeah.
No, she's still corrupt.
Yeah, and my buddy, man, he was supposed to get probation. Like, his lawyer had worked the deal out with the district attorney. He was gonna get like 4 years probation. It was burglary of a vehicle he had or something. He goes in front of her, that judge, Reed, and she just goes, I see that you made a deal for 4 years probation. I'm not gonna go along with that recommendation. I'm gonna give you 5 years and a shock probation.
Oh man.
And she was real big on sending everyone to shock probation. My friend started crying. She filled up all that bench right there of everyone. Everyone thought they were going home that day. Everyone shock probation. People were crying. I was like, damn.
Shock probation is where you go to prison for 6 months and they just give you
you shocked for a little bit.
For y'all that don't know.
The only people that are shocked is your family.
Man. Hey, let me ask you a question and answer honestly. What prison did you go to and were you scared when you first went in?
Oh, hell yeah, bro. I was 119 pounds when I got locked up. And I fell out of Midland.
So you didn't even fall out of the tone.
No, dude. We went to Midland and got caught robbing we robbed a jewelry store in Midland. And we came back to San Antonio, and 2 months later they caught one of my homeboys, and then he gave us all up. Oh man. So I spent I don't know, a day, I think. No, I spent like 9 days. That's right. They came on the last. They have 10 days or 9 days to come get you.
Yeah.
And they come on the last to extradite you. That's what it was. And they came on the last day because I was thinking like they were like, if they don't come get you, they have to let you go. Yeah, right, dude. They're not gonna let me go for robbery.
They'll put it in extension.
Oh yeah. So they came and they got me on the 10th day. So I did 10 days in San Antonio County Jail, Bexar County Jail, and then I did 13 months in Midland County Jail. Yeah, oh man.
Those court systems out there, I heard, are the worst, those little towns.
Dude, they were trying to give me 20 years. That was their deal, 20 years. Take it or leave it, dude. And I was like, I ain't taking it, dude. Like, it's my first offense.
You're going to have to give me that.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I told her. This is what I told him. And at the time, I said, dude, I'll take a 10. It was aggravated. It was 20 ag. I said, look, drop the aggravated and I'll take the 20.
Man.
And I didn't know anything about 3G.
Oh man,
It would have been 3G
they
anyway.
They still got you. To
If the DA had known about what the prison, the way the system worked, and known about 3G, he would have said, okay, drop the act, we'll give him the 20, and I would have done it just like it was aggravated.
Yeah.
But he kept saying no. He was so dead set on it being aggravated. I said, okay, we'll keep it ag, but give me 10, and I'll sign for 10 ag. Man. And he was like, no, it's 20 ag, or take it in front of the judge and see what he gives you.
Ah, man.
Well, I took it in front of the judge, and he gave me.
You were brave.
He gave me 7.
Oh man.
He gave me 7, so I did 6 of the 7.
You rolled the dice.
I had to, bro. It was my first offense, and my homeboy signed for 35 ag, dude. He did 17 and a half on that, and then the other dude, the dude that gave us all up. In the meantime, while this is going on, he escapes from the fucking county jail in Midland, and he's gone for like 3.5, 4 years, and then they caught him right here by Jefferson High School in the hood.
Man.
And they gave him 99 years for the robbery plus 10 years for the escape. So he's in there right now with 109 years. So yeah, that's how that shit went down. And but when you ask me, hell yeah, damn right I was scared. When I got to Middleton unit, which
so that's what your diagnosis was?
Yeah, which was like their Garza.
Yeah, Garza.
When I got to Middleton unit in Abilene, they put you in those little cages. And I was thinking like, well, this is how it's gonna. I'm just gonna stay here. And let me see, I can do this for 7 years. Whatever. Six. I got 6 more years. I did 13 months. I got 6 more years, and then that happened. That we were in there for all of 3-4 days. And then they put us in a dorm, and I was from San Antonio, dude, and dudes were walking around saying, look out for dudes from San Antonio, man. Chuco's gonna get El Paso's gonna get him. Was gonna drop him, and one of the dudes I was in Midland with was like, "Hey, bro, don't be talking loud about San Antonio around here. But if anyone asks where you're from, just let me talk." And I was like, "What?" And he was a cool dude that I kick it with from Midland, and he had done time a couple of times. So when dudes would be like, we'd be hanging out in the rec yard, and dudes like, "Hey, where y'all from?" He'd just go, "Oh, we fell out of Midland, man." And they'd be like, and I just looked at him. We fell out of Midland. That was it. He goes, that's all they need to know, bro.
That's what's up.
They don't need to know anything else about this, but you fell out of Midland. And I was like, okay, I got you. I can deal with that, And then then they sent me I was there 3 months, and then they sent me to El Paso. And that's when I was I was scared, bro. I was a little dude. I get to El Paso, and we're at war with El Paso. San Antonio and El Paso are at war. And I get there, and it's the whole "Donde eres? And I got tired of that. I fell out of Midland fucking talk.
I'm just gonna say
one. Yeah, and I said, man, I'm from San Antonio, to this fucking dirty in the chow line who kept asking everyone, and he was like, man, watch out with this dude. He's trouble, man. That dude had told me. And he asked me, and I said San Antonio. And he was like, oh, San Angelo, and I was like, no, San Antonio. Hey, this vato's from San Antonio. He's order one, dude. He's order one. He started telling, and next thing you know, they had a target on me, dude. And I was just real fucking quiet.
Yeah.
I
just minded my business.
Yeah, I just was just quiet, but it was scary. And then they sent me to Pac 2. Pac 2 was fucking gravy.
Yeah, but them old school units, man, those are the.
Well, some of them they're wide open, and a lot of shit goes down. But the Pac 2 was gravy. I did like 2 years at Pac 2, so I did like a year in the county. Then I did 2 years in El Paso, and then I did like 3 years in Pac 2, and then I was comfortable there. I was going to college there and chilling, dude. I was fucking chilling. They moved me to the camp at one point. I was chilling,
man. And
then they shipped me to Beto 1.
Oh,
man. Beto, crap down, snake eyes, motherfucker.
Hey, you pulled the wrong card.
Yeah, dude, man. And they said, Hernandez, pack your stuff. Where am I going, man? They said, you're going to. Oh, no, they said, well, they don't know. They'll tell you at the back gate. And I was like, oh, that don't sound good. Yeah. So when I got to the back gate, I said, man, where am I going? What's your TDC number? 614-838. And they were like, oh, Hernandez, you going to Beto 1.
You had a 6 number.
Yeah,
man.
dude. Yeah. 6.
Dang.
And they're like, you're going to Beto 1. And I was like, oh, no.
Man.
All you heard about Beto 1 was the quota checks and all that shit going down. And so
it's rowdy over
it's
there.
Beto Uno, Beto. See this right there.
Man.
Beto. That place was nothing but gang activity. I got there, they had just come off a lockdown, And when I went into the day room, they were like, "Hey, ¿dónde eres? ¿Con quién corres?" You know, I was like, "I'm Sanato," and they were like, "Oh, your people are over there," and so I had to fall out to the rec yard and
those old units right there,
Yeah,
bro.
bro.
They're like infested with rats and yeah,
brown recluses and shit.
Man, you ever got bit by one?
I did. I saw a lot of people
Bro,
get bit.
I got bit by one right here in my neck, man, and they had to cut that thing out.
You
Man,
got necrophilia?
man, I got sick. I got everything. But
This is it.
Yeah.
Let
Let me see the rec yard where I was smashing on that handball court. I used to go out there and kill on that handball court, dude.
And that big old wall right there is like it separates the
This?
two No, the other one, the cross one, coming down the T.
Yeah.
Right there. That's like that separates.
Yeah, the two
whole
sides
thing.
of the unit.
And then that whole thing right there, that long one that you were pointing at.
That's all the wings.
That's the bowling alley. And then the wings that
are
are
down
right
on the
there,
side. Yeah, boom, boom, boom.
That's where you live, and it's like 3 rows top.
What's all this?
Probably outside like plants. Like they probably have a horticulture shit and different. Oh, the trustee camp.
What was that word? What was
they
that
have a
word
trustee
that you just
camp.
said?
Horticulture.
Horticulture. Say that again.
Horticulture. HORTICULT.
Man, I've been trying to figure out that word, and my wife was like making fun of me because she said it's agriculture. I said no, there's something that's like horticulture. It's
HOR. Horticulture. Look, yeah, but see that's not even how it was. More like American Me. That's like there.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah.
There go Beto right there.
There it is.
Yeah, dude, boy.
Hey.
Yeah, that motherfucker was live. Well, I was there.
It sounds like this when they open it, like.
Yeah, there I was. There you go right now.
Yeah,
Bro.
so when I came in, I ended up going to Garza West. Garza West, and the same thing. I was like, okay, I can do time like this. And, the little chicken coop, and then they put you to the dorm, and it's like, dang, man. And then, you know what I mean? You got everybody walking around. And one thing about me, when I went in there a rascal. I went in there looking for trouble. I was like, I'm 22 years old. Hey, let's get it. And, man, I found it. Let me tell you.
Oh, it's there.
It's there.
It's there, bro. You can find it all.
I would stay in the corner. I mean, just fighting it. And then, you know, when I got there, everybody's like, hey, man, join Order Horn. And I was like, bet, I'm going to join Order Horn. So when I got down there, I was like, yo, who's Order Horn? And blah, blah, blah. Did all of that. Anyways, that stuff is man, it's played out. Like,
no, dude, it's different now because
I think about it now and I'm like, what was I doing? Why was I? Hey, man, we're gonna drop that fool. We're gonna drop his house right now. Like,
because he fucking lost a lighter. What? He lost the 69-cent lighter. We're gonna kill him.
So I went over there. Ended up getting into a riot over there.
At where?
At Willesee Unit, and it was
in West Texas.
It was in Raymondville.
In the Valley. That's Willesie's in the Valley.
Yeah, Raymondville, Texas. So we ended up getting into a riot there. They lock us all down, the whole dorm. They lock us down. They start calling us. I was in, and when they were recording, I was in the camera like, man, hey, boom, boom, getting down. So I knew I was gonna get locked up. I didn't know I was gonna go to a different prison. So they're like, "Hey, we're locking all y'all down."
And shipping all the knuckleheads.
Man. So
Telford unit. Where'd they send you?
No, McConnell.
Move.
McConnell
fuck.
unit. Man, hey.
McConnell ain't no joke.
Bro, and check this out. Right before this happened, there was 2 guards that went to McConnell unit and ended up, there was a stabbing over there at McConnell, and they needed some of these employees to go over there to help staff. But while these people were there, I remember they came back and like, man, this dude just got stabbed over there at McConnell. Like, it's crazy. So I'm over here in the back, and they were like, man, I go to UCC, I go to committee, and they were like, hey, you know, you've been charged with a riot. How do you plead? I'm like, guilty. And like, all right, cool. Well, we're going to give you, I think there was 90.
Major case.
90. They dropped my level.
90 means 90 days restriction for commissary, 90 days, no visit.
Rec, and no visits.
And
no visits, yeah. And so I did that, and then they were like, and we're dropping you to we're moving you to G5. And I'm like, G5 close custody? And they were like, yeah. And I'm like, what is that? And they were like,
you'll see.
You're going to find out. And I'm like,
so you like throwing them things?
Yeah, so I started telling the warden and all, man, F you, and I don't care. So when I went back to my cell, I started flooding my cell. Like, man, I mean, I got the whole place to flood their cells. Man, they shipped me the next day. When I tell you they shipped me, so I get on the thing and I'm like, man, where am I going? They're like, oh, you're going to McConnell unit. And I'm like, McConnell unit. I'm like, and then I remember that guard, like, man, somebody just got stabbed. So I'm like, in my head, I was scared. Like I was hooked up with this other guy. His name was Wild. I'll never forget him, man. So we're going and he's like, hey, Vato. He was in the ride with us. He was from the valley. And he's like, hey man, we're gonna be together, man. Hey, anything goes down, like let's do it. And I'm like, bet. So man, we pull up and it just so happens to be just there's fog. I mean, it just looks just the worst. It's a gloomy day.
You get there early in the morning, right?
Yeah, early in the morning. The gate, you got to go in, and then as soon as you get in, they're like, all right, hey, get down. So we got out, we went into the cage, and they're like, hey, go to that cage, y'all. I'm walking, and man, no later than 5 minutes later, Garza, where's Garza? And I'm like, I'm right here. Like, they get the peppers, get down, turn around, cuff up. I'm like, what? So being close custody, I had to be shackled up. You can't walk by yourself. You're not in GP.
Yeah.
Man, they got me from there.
General population.
Yeah, general population. So they got me from there. It took me back to the dungeon, and I'm talking.
He was in jail.
Yeah, like this is jail under a jail under a jail. Like
yeah.
And you're locked up 23 hours a day. You come out 1 hour for rec and 1 hour for shower.
In a room about how big?
The
restroom.
The restroom with 2 people
with
in
2
there.
beds.
Yeah.
And another dude that's a knucklehead too.
Yeah.
That's why he's there with you.
Yeah, he's there with you because he's a knucklehead.
Yeah.
So I get there, man. I'm telling you, when I get in there, it looked like something out of Afghanistan, man. Like it was burned. Like, I mean, you see, because people burn their mattresses, and I became one of those fire people.
One of those fire people.
Man, I stayed back there in close custody. That you're supposed to do 6 months. You come up, and then if you've been good, all right, we're gonna let you back out. I did 2.5 years.
Oh my God.
And I'm talking about like, man,
throwing piss on people, making spears.
So when I get there, they're locked down because somebody got killed, and we're doing a 90-day lockdown. So I get there, so I'm in the cell 90 days. Everybody's yelling, and I meet everybody as soon as we come out. Off the 90-day lockdown, I've been in the cell 90 days with another cellie. Me and him already fought twice already since we've been in the cell. And then I get out, and then they're like, all right, hey, you from San Antonio? I'm like, yeah, all right, man. And they
What was mostly there?
There was Houston, Tango Blast. And so they're like, all right, they match you up with a guy that's your size. They get about 3 guys, and they're like, all right, go on 3 row, about to do a quota check. And what a quota check is, they're gonna see.
Jump you in.
Yeah, they're
gonna see where your heart's
They're
at.
gonna see if you're gonna fight back and how long and how much heart you got. And they send one guy in, 10
they call
seconds.
it backdooring you.
Yeah, 10 seconds, 12 seconds, 15 seconds, and then the next guy comes in. Like, you don't get a break. And if you put your head down or you ball up, like they're gonna tell you, hey man, pick your head up, fight back. Like they want to make sure if you're gonna be on that unit that you're gonna fight back. You're not gonna be just
you're not gonna
weak,
punk out.
Yeah, you're not gonna be a weak link. Like they don't want you there.
They want to see how you fight.
Yeah. So they brought the guys in, and the first guy, man, I got a good hit on him. Boom, kind of dazed him. Started hitting him. Man, the next 2 guys that came in, like, man, I got my ass whooped. In my eyes, I failed. Like, I was like, man, I'm done. And they were like, man, that's good. And I told you I fought my cellie. And when you fight in the cells, all you hear is
bang. Yeah. It's sounds like someone just got bitten a bag of rocks all around the cell, dude.
So they were like, man,
touching everything.
Man. So they were like, man, hey, you did good. Like, you got down, and we see you got down with your cellie. And I was just like, man, like, after that, prison wasn't scary to me. Like, to me,
the worst had happened.
The worst was already happened until I seen a guy get killed, and that forever. When I seen that happen, it made me change the
what
way
happened?
He was Ekkies. He was something. I forgot what he was.
He was an ex. He was an ex-member of something.
Yeah, some mafia hit guys. He was from the valley. They were like RG something, or I forgot what it was, but it wasn't like it wasn't.
TCB.
It was a FAMO.
It's a TCB.
Nah,
Texas Chicano Brotherhood.
Nah, it was R. It was R something.
Oh, yeah. Now the RU.
RUs, yeah.
That's what we need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was an RU, and you know, since I was going on, they were like, it was two of us.
They were at war when I was in there.
Yeah, no, not no more. Now,
Oh, okay.
Right now, it's Texas Syndicate and Tango Blast. Texas Syndicate is not allowed to.
Okay, I know. I heard.
Yeah,
I heard about that too.
That's crazy. So, anyways, they come up to us because, you know, whenever you're in a gang, they're like, they have to lace you up because you might have drugs, you might have a phone, and they got to come tell you, hey, we're about to do some dirt. Make sure you go to commissary, stack up, because
we're going to lock up.
Yeah, we're going to lockdown. I'm like, all right, man. Like, and I was cool with the dude, and he was like, yeah, man, we finna take that dude out. I'm like, oh man, and man, they took the dude out, man. I like, and it's crazy.
In the day room, what?
In the day room, man.
Yeah.
In the day room, I'm just poking them, man, and oh man, it's you never get over stuff like that, man, and after that, it changed me because I was fighting like, I mean, I wasn't scared to fight. You gonna beat me up, Guess what?
But that's a different level there.
Yeah.
That dude ain't fighting no more.
But I was fighting people that had life sentences, and I was beating up some of these guys some of the time. I didn't win all the fights.
They're gonna come back and get you.
And I never realized. And one of the guys that actually did it, I actually beat him up one time, and he had to do it. Like it wasn't like, oh man, who wants to volunteer? It was like,
they told him you're gonna go do this.
Choice. Like this is what you signed up for. You ain't got no choice. And after that, I moved differently. I was just like, man, people are really dying up in here. Like,
oh yeah, I did.
I seen people get turned out. I seen people get raped. I seen like you come out and you. You come out and you try to detach from some of that stuff, but like I was so angry for so long that when you come out, that's all you kind of know, and you know a certain way to flip, you know.
Yeah.
And man, breaking those cycles was.
Well, how old were you? You were 22 when you went in. How old were you when you got out?
I was 28.
You're 28 when you got out.
28 when I got out.
But you did a lot of growing up in there.
Man, no.
You still were a knucklehead the first time? And did you go right back in?
No. See, I've been out this March 26th would be 7 years that I've been out of prison. And I should have been in prison 200 more times. Like, I just never got caught.
Okay, well, one thing I want to talk about is that leg of yours, dude. Show me your leg, man.
I said a leg, man. Here it is.
Check it out.
We live, baby.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
we live.
Yeah, man. So what's the story behind this?
So the story behind this, man, I was out of prison and
How long were you out?
I was out. I went to a halfway house in Dallas because I didn't have.
Oh, they didn't let you straight out?
No, I didn't have nobody to come to.
Nowhere to parole to?
Nowhere to parole to. I didn't have nothing. So I went to a halfway house in Dallas. They were like, you want to go to one in San Antonio? I was like, what the hell do I want to be in a halfway house in San Antonio? Like, send me somewhere else. Man, Dallas was just child support. I had a job, but I was paying $125 a week at this halfway house. And it was a nice one, but I couldn't even afford $125 a week, bro. Child support was just
beating you up,
pick
huh?
up your arm.
Yeah, they was giving you a quota check that you couldn't deal with?
Man, and it made me pack up, come back home. And when I came back home, my cousin was selling ice. And me being dumb, he was like,
hell yeah.
Yeah, he was like, hey, man, you ever tried, selling this? And I was like, and I feel bad, man. And, oh, man, I love you, man. But my boy, man, he knew somebody that he can get rid of it. But I didn't know at the time that he was really, really bad on the stuff. And
he was hooked on the shit too?
Yeah,
while he was selling it?
Yeah, man. And I'm talking about I was giving him like, I'm pounds of this stuff. And this is at that time where a point was going for,
$20.
$20. And man, the whole zip.
$200 a gram, right?
You're making 3 racks off a zip.
Yeah. I remember hearing about those prices of that bullshit.
So I started making money and I was a drinker. Like I love to drink. So I started going to nightclubs and for me, I'm a social person. I'm like, man, if I'm getting drunk, you're going to get drunk. We all get drunk.
Yeah, let's party.
So, hey, man, you know what? I started for some reason, hey, give me 100 shots. And they were like, what? 100 shots? I'm like, man, give me 100 shots. So they started giving me a bunch of shots. I started, hey, here. And girls would always be like, hey, man, like, so I got known for buying shots. And then one day I had got put on probation on this thing, GPS monitor
One day I just got put on a
Well,
GPS.
no,
Just walking down the street. Hey, come here. God
You're
dang
going
it,
on
got me.
probation.
No,
Fucking Democrats.
I was always going downtown and I was getting drunk, but I was always fighting, so that I would get assault cases or I would get public intoxication. I had 15 public intoxications because the police downtown were trying to get me out of downtown.
Can't pay that child support, but you got money for beer fucking all the time,
see,
man.
No, see, I was paying, but at that time I was making so much money that I couldn't even give it to my baby mom. Like I couldn't send it to child support. I was
There's
paying
no
them.
way to say, where did you get that money
Yeah,
from?
because I could have paid that money off, man. And that's one thing that I regret the most is
Not paying some of that shit off.
no, not that is I spoiled the shit out of my kids. Like, man, that drug money, man.
You should have bought them gold and silver so you could have taken it back later to pay this
Man,
fucking
hey,
shit off.
I was
dude.
buying Jordans and now none of them don't even like Jordans. They wear fucking Vans.
Hey.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with Vans, bro.
No,
Nothing wrong
I'm not saying that, but I'm saying like for me it was all materials. Like
Yeah.
So anyways, I ended up getting put on. I had all these cases. I ended up getting put on probation, and GPS. I didn't want to do probation, so they gave me house arrest, GPS monitor. So I was like, bet. Well, I went to the club one more night because they said, hey, your stuff starts tomorrow. That thing's gonna turn on.
So let's go get fucked up tonight.
Man, let's go get messed up. So I went to the club and I told the bar, like the owner, I'm like, hey man, like I'm not gonna be here for 3 months. Like I gotta sit at the house. And she's like, man, what? Have you ever thought about becoming a promoter? And I'm like, no. She's like, if I say that you work for me and I'll pay you as a promoter, because you bring people. I was buying shots, so everybody wanted to go where I was at. So she's like, I'll say that you work for me and that's your job. So
She doesn't even need people to be there. You're buying 100 shots anyway.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And so I was like, all right. So I
just
told
needs you to be there.
I told my probation officer. I was like, hey, look, I'm a promoter at night. Like I promote nightclubs. She's like, give me a paper that says what time, and she goes, I'm gonna give you till 8 o'clock at night to 3 o'clock in the morning. And
The witching hours, bro.
Man.
Oh, man.
Bro, the devil is
I'm
alive.
going to give you this gun with only 8 bullets, okay?
So,
God dang.
So I'm over here in the club. I don't know anything about promoting. I just start
Pretending you're a promoter now.
I have money. I could buy shots, and I just start telling girls because everybody would follow me on social media because I went viral.
What social media were you using?
Facebook.
And is she paying you? Like, did you have?
Yeah, I was getting $300 a night. Plus, I had
Damn.
$150 bar tab. So I'm like, bet. So long story short,
She's trying to kill him. She
Yeah.
hated you or what?
man, no, man. Hey, shout out to Rose. They actually they own tequilas now.
Where's tequilas?
Tequila Rock Bar?
No, tequila's on Bandera. It used to be called Element.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Right
So-
there in Bandera and Hillcrest?
Yeah, right there in the corner. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I go to my probation officer. They sign it, and I'm like, dude, what? Like, so I just start going to the bar. And
What bar was this?
Element. At that time, I was promoting Element, and then when this accident happened, I was at Ice Lounge, 8811.
Evers and 410 Ice Lounge?
Yeah, Ice Lounge. Yeah, I was one. Me and this other guy were the main guys that was there. I was the MC. He was an MC. But I mean, I started doing stuff with celebrities. We started bringing, celebrities into town. So this is kind of how I built my platform and how I got to, wherever I'm at now.
What celebrities did you bring in?
DC Young Fly, Brody Jenner, Nick and Dan. Yeah, baby, we live. DJ Esco.
Okay, you took them to like Ivy and to those places?
Yeah, well, no, so I was part of a promotion team called Team Wasted. I don't know if you ever heard of them. Team Wasted.
They're all fucked up all the time?
Yeah, well, that's their idea.
I can tell.
We're gonna get messed up.
They're missing limbs and shit.
No, I'm the only one. so
he's the most wasted one.
So what happened was Bar 23. You ever heard of that?
Yeah,
Bar?
that was on Bitters and
No,
281.
the one we did. Oh, you didn't do a show with me there. It was me and Israel.
I've seen it.
Bar 23. It's now Wayne's Wings.
Wayne's Wing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
You don't remember Bar 23?
I don't know.
So anyway, I started doing stuff like that. I was going viral. I was doing skits. I was doing stuff like that. Man, it got to my head like big time. I was literally just drinking, doing coke, and the night that this happened, I got into a fight. So this scar right here, I broke my hand, and I got into a fight. I was outside, I was drunk, got into a fight. I broke my hand. I looked at the clock and it was like 2:50, and I was like, dang, I gotta get home. My thing's gonna turn on. And so I couldn't ride my motorcycle because the clutch.
What kind of motorcycle did you have?
I had a Gixxer 750.
Ooh, that's a fast bike.
Yeah,
too.
and
it wasn't stolen though.
No, it was. No, but I switched the frame. The motor. I had bought a.
It was part stolen.
The man, yeah. No, it was all.
It was a number
stolen.
job.
It was all stolen, but I got it legit stolen. Like I bought a frame, switched the motor, put it on there, did all of that. So and I couldn't ride, I couldn't push
because
the
your
clutch
hand was
because
fucked
my
up.
hand was messed up. So my friend Tino was like,
he got on the back and said, "I'll pull the clutch."
Yeah, he was like, "Hey, drive my car and
I'll take the bike."
So I'm like, "Bet." So I get in the car, we take off, and I'm like, "Dude, your car's on E." And he's like, "Oh man, I forgot. Pull over." So we pull over, and he goes, it's a little Diamond Shamrock, like right there by 8811. What is it, Fredericksburg or Medical, whatever it is, I don't know. So we pull up right there, and he goes inside, and I'm like, I'm sitting there, and I'm looking at the thing. It's 3:00 now, and the red thing is going off on my thing.
Oh, it's got a buzzer that or something.
Yeah, it's either green or red, and red means
so you fucking up.
You're out of bounds. Yeah. So the thing, I'm like, man, I just get on my bike, and I go like this, and I kind of like pull it back. I drop it in gear, and I just get on, and I just take off, and I'm like,
and you're all fucked up too.
I'm gone. I have no helmet. I have no gear. I have my hat backwards.
Summer.
Yeah. It was. I mean, it wasn't winter because I had regular clothes. So I'm going down. I get right there. I don't know. I think it's Wurzbach. I get on Wurzbach from 8811. I get on I-10, and I just start hauling ass to I-10. So I'm staying off of West Avenue at this time. So I'm going from I-10 towards like downtown.
Okay.
On the thing. So as I'm going, I'm hauling ass because again I'm already late. So when I'm going, there's a cop on the side of the thing like waiting for speeders. Well, when I pass him up, I'm going like over 100 miles an hour, man. He hits those lights, and as soon as he hits those lights, I'm so close to over here, the shoulder, that remember my hand's messed up, and so what I'm trying to do is go on that 410 loop.
Like, oh my god,
towards the flyover.
Towards Sugars. So my hand is messed up where I can't turn the bike to go that way, so I miss my exit. So the cop, I see his lights, and I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna go. Now I'm gonna get off on what is it? Man, it is West Avenue. No.
I-10. You were on I-10 still?
Vance Jackson. I'm gonna get off on Vance Jackson, and I'm gonna do the little turnaround, and I'm gonna go. And I'm like,
right by Academy and all that shit.
No. Vance. I'm still on I-10, but now I'm on the other side of I-10 from 410. So I'm right in front of where the Texan Hospital is at.
Yeah.
Okay,
by Crossroads and all that.
So that's where I wrecked right there. So I'm hauling ass. There's a car right in front of me, and I didn't see it because I'm going fast. I don't have a helmet on. It's nice. It's 3-something in the morning.
No glasses,
no nothing.
You're doing 100 with no fucking glasses on?
Yeah, I'm like this. I'm like under my windshield like this.
A bug will fucking finish you off.
Yeah.
Bro.
So I'm like this, and then I'm like that, and then I kind of like peek over, and this car didn't have their taillights weren't working in the back.
Oh.
And I kind of like, so we're exiting Vance Jackson, and it's this car, the wall, and there's like a tight space. So I try to do the tight space, and I just remember seeing the street just like this, like I'm falling, and I just remember saying to myself, "You're done."
And you were still doing 100 when you wrecked?
Yeah, I was doing 100 when I wrecked. So when I ended up hitting, I went between the wall and the car, and when I went between the wall turned my foot around twice. It like this side of the wall.
Oh.
So the car's here, the wall's here. So I've tried to.
And your foot caught the wall?
My foot caught the wall like this. So here's the wall. My foot caught the wall, and it spun around twice like that. I fell. I remember falling, and I just remember being on the ground, and I just remember like. In my head, I'm like, you have the monitor. You got to get it. Like, you got to go. Like,
you got to get home.
Get up. Get out. Like, and so I just hear, I can't see nothing. I just remember, I hear a car like screeching, and then I'm thinking I'm gonna get hit because I'm in the middle of the highway. Like I'm like, oh man, I'm about to get hit. And the guy's like, hey man, hey, just. And I'm like, man, just move me to the side. Like, and he's like, man, just stay. Like, and I'm like, oh, like.
It's not the cop?
No, this is the guy. So the cop didn't see me because I went off. So the guy stayed there with me, called the cops. The ambulance showed up. I forgot. It was some little. I think it was Castle Hills. Castle Hills police was right there first. I just remember being in the ambulance. I get to the hospital. When I get to the hospital, the doctor was like, "Do you have a number that I can call somebody? Like, give me a number before you go out." Like, and I give her my wife's number, and then I just remember them saying, "This is gonna hurt," and I'm like, "What?" And then I just remember them grabbing my foot and kind of like
turning it,
and I was out. Next thing I remember, I woke up. And I looked down and my leg was like swollen.
It was still there?
Yeah, it was bandaged. So I spent the next year and a half trying to fight, for my leg because I was like, I ain't not about to be an amputee. I don't have no insurance. These things are $35,000. Like, there's no way.
Because of that shoe?
No, it's this foot. This right here is
what expensive?
It's the most expensive thing, and not just that, but
I have that on my skateboard.
Yeah.
Those are like trucks.
Why is that the most expensive?
That's the flex.
This is like a state of the art fiberglass leg, like foot that is made for running. It's like a blade. So on the inside, it's a blade.
Like Oscar Pistorius.
Yeah.
Does it make you want to shoot anyone?
Man, no, not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. So, man, I forgot where I was at.
So does it feel better?
So your leg, you woke up and your leg was bandaged up.
Okay, so it was bandaged up. I spent the next year and a half trying to do it, and I got into a fight, and so
dirty. Yeah, damn, dude.
Hey, for real. No, for real. So I had pins that were in my leg that were like this. So when I got into a fight, I had fought 2 guys that night. And the first guy that I fought, beat him up. The second guy, I didn't. And this guy was small. And I thought I was going to beat him up, man. And so he was pushing me. And when I was going, I was like on this leg. I still had the leg. I was going back. But I was like trying to hold myself. And those pins just gave out.
It snapped.
It snapped.
And in the middle of a fight?
In the middle of a fight, I fell down on the ground. He got on top of me, started hitting me. I got my ass whooped. I got up. I was all knotted up. There's a video out there. Someone has it going out there.
Really?
Yeah, there's a video. I haven't seen it yet because I'm still embarrassed. So I get up and I'm like, oh man, like I could feel it, and I'm like, man, something's not right. Like,
is it bleeding? Is it bleeding out in your pants?
No, it's just in the inside.
Oh man.
So I go to the hospital the next day and I go to my doctor. My doctor's like, that's it. I told you. And I had been trying to get my leg amputated, but when they finally said, all right, we're going to amputate.
Wait, hold on. You first said that you weren't trying to be an amputee, and now you were trying to get your leg amputated?
No, because of the pain. The pain was just... It
always hurt?
After a year and a half, bro, I would walk around for a day. I would have to rest 2 days to let my ankles swell, swelling go down.
Was it infected still and shit?
Oh, man, I was going through a bunch of stuff. Infections. I had to go back in there. They had to take out the hardware because the hardware got... my body rejected it. Like, man, it was so many. So I just said... You know what? I don't even know how I'm going to get a prosthetic, but just take it. Like, cut it off. And they cut it off, and I went the next 18 months without a leg. I was on crutches. I was in a wheelchair.
Really?
I mean,
there's not like a program that helps people get?
So now what I do is I work for a prosthetic company, and that's what I'm building is a program that is going to help people get a prosthetic leg. Because you would think that, you lose a limb and you're still able to work. You can get a limb. You can't.
So child support could take this from you.
Nah. they probably could.
Yeah, the motherfucker's going to put a lien on this bitch. Like, I already lean, motherfucker. I'm missing a leg.
You know what? That's a bit. That's a bit right there.
No, but so
how
did you end up with this?
So, man, that's that. Okay. So, at this point, I was already at the lowest of my life. You ever been broke in your life?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, picture being broke but with one leg.
With one leg. Huh?
Yeah. Yo,
Hey, well, don't tell me you got into a fight.
no, I did.
So I went out and said, I'm going to fuck someone up.
No, I did.
I
I did. So and I actually got the, dang, I don't even have it. I'm going to send you the video. I do got a video. I fought with one leg and I won.
The dude had no arms.
No, no, he was a gangster.
Oh, really?
I mean, legit.
You hit him with your crutches?
No, I threw the crutches down and so I didn't have no balance. He hit me first, right? I was on crutches. Dude hit me first on crutches.
The West Side don't give a fuck.
No,
bro.
he didn't.
It was on the West Side?
No, it was downtown at Media Luna.
The downtown don't give a fuck either.
No, they don't. So he ended up hitting me, and when he hit me, I dropped the crutches and I fell because I didn't have a leg to stand on. So I fell. So what I did, I automatically I wrapped up his ankles and I just like bear crawled him. And when I did that, he was trying to back up.
You jujitsu'd him?
And he fell. And when he fell, I got on top of him. And I started doing my ground and pound. I started doing my thing. Then he got up. And when he was getting up, I was like, if he gets up,
you're in trouble.
I'm in trouble. So I don't know how I did, man.
Put your nub on him?
No. So I got up and I kind of like threw my body, but I grabbed him and I threw him to the wall. And when I threw him to the wall again, I got on top of him. I'll send you the video when I get home. But don't post it. This dude's a gangster.
Who filmed it?
Some chick. It's so ugly. It's on an Android phone. I wish it was a better thing, but you can see, you can see my nub. You can see everything. And so that day, it actually, again, changed my life. Cause again, I after I beat him up, he was kind of embarrassed that he left, and I stayed in the bar till maybe about 3:30 in the morning. Man, I get out of the bar at 3:30 in the morning. I don't even know how long he's been out there.
Okay, go ahead.
So I get out there, and when I get out there, him and
he's waiting for you?
Yeah, he's waiting for me. So I'm coming out with the crutches, right? And he's right there, and he comes out of the car, and I'm like, bro, you want some again? Bro, come on. So I grab one crutch, I throw it down, I have one crutch, I'm kind of hopping, and I see he has a knife, and I'm like, bro.
Oh.
I'm like, bro, you really, your ego's hurt that bad. Bro, it was a fight. You got beat up. And he has two homeboys that are holding jiggers for him in the middle of downtown. And they're like, hey, go, it's cleared. So, man, he comes at me, and I have the crutch, and I use it like a spear. And I kind of throw it, and I just grab him. And then he stabbed me all over my head. All over in the back.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit, I see him, yeah.
I actually have video of that, too, because I recorded on the way that I was bleeding, and I was passing out. Shout out to my boy, Greg Tello. He went and picked me up that night. So anyways, I get stabbed, and this night it was just an eye opener. I was sitting in the hospital room, and I was just like, I got stabbed. I have one leg. I'm drunk. I'm lit as a pixie stick. I've been doing powder all night, and my wife came to the hospital, and she was just like looking at me, crying, and it was just like.
Enough.
When are you gonna stop? And after that, it kind of started a little process. I never trusted God in my life. Didn't even believe in God. One day I was just at the house. I've been wanting to kill myself at this time because I had one leg. My wife was working. I couldn't even do anything. I stopped selling drugs because I didn't want someone to run off on me, literally. and I knew.
You couldn't catch him?
I couldn't catch him. I knew that if
you were out of your game.
I knew that if I gave you drugs and you ran off on me,
what are you gonna do?
You're
gonna have to shoot you.
I had to shoot you. My name is out there. No. So in my head, I was just at the house, I was waiting on Medicaid, and Medicaid was like, hey, it's good. You're about to get a leg. We're
about to get a leg.
We're gonna approve it. And man,
they send you a peg.
At the last minute, they said,
here's a toe. Here's a toe. Admire it. There's more to that to come.
There's more coming. At the end of it, the lady called me, and she was like, hey, Mio, how you doing? I'm like, I've been working with this lady for over a year. You know what I mean? And this is the third time you get denied. That's it. There's no more. This is and she called me all excited, hey, Mio. I'm like, hey, what is it? And she's like, I'm sorry. And I was just that just took the air out of me. I don't even remember what she said. I hung up the phone and my kids were asleep. I had at that time a 1.5-year-old and a 4-month-old, and I was at the house by myself, one leg, like going through it. My son was a newborn, like he was crying. I would have like, I think I gave him brain damage now because I used to hop with him and I used to like hold his head and he would be bouncing all over the place. And I just remember that day after that, I was just like, I just yelled like I'm done, like fuck, like I'm done. I'm like, God, like if you're even alive, if you're even there, like I need you to send me like I'm done. Like I'm checked out. Like I didn't want to kill myself because my babies were by themselves. And so I'm in my head, I'm like, once my wife gets here, like I'm checking out. Like I'm gonna go. And I kid you not, man, 4 hours later, after me crying out to God and saying, if you were even there, I get a text from a friend that I haven't even talked to in about 3 years at this time. And she sends me a text and she's like, hey, I'm in church. And for some reason, God told me to send you a text message. And I'm like, man, I immediately just start bawling. I'm like, what? So long story short, she invited me to church. It was that was a Wednesday. She invited me to church that Sunday. I went to church. I was in the church, man. What the pastor told me that day, again, and the guy was in the middle of his sermon and never been to this church. And he just stopped and he just started telling me stuff. And I've always wanted to be a comedian, but I never had, I don't know when y'all got the balls to say, I'm a comedian instead of, hey, that's that funny guy. You know what I mean? So the pastor told me, like, he was telling me, like, man, you're gonna be on stages and you're gonna change the world with what your testimony is and all this stuff. And that day forward, I was like, man, my life was never the same. Fast forward 6 months later, some fan that was following me on social media found a prosthetic leg in an apartment that he was cleaning out and throwing stuff out of. And it was like, yo, I found a prosthetic leg. I don't know if you can use it, but here it is. So he found me the leg a year later because of that leg. I tried to stick my leg inside there.
It didn't fit?
It didn't fit. No, these are custom. This is custom made.
Was it too big or too small?
It was too small.
I was thinking that they were custom made, I'm sure, but it was too small?
Yeah, it was too small. So I was.
It was like it was a kid's and
man.
He grew out of it?
He was a grown, because I looked up his serial number. The feet have serial number. I found out who the guy was. Yeah. He ended up passing away.
It's like his SID number?
Yeah, exactly. Because, I mean, if I were to die, this stuff has numbers.
And they could trace it to who you are?
You could trace it. Yeah, trace it to, like, it was you. So anyways, a year later, I got the leg. Maybe about a year later, some guy off of Facebook hits me up and is like, hey, man, I follow you. You're funny as shit. Like, I work for a prosthetic company. I stole all the shit to make you a leg. If you can come to my house tonight, I'll build you a leg. And I'm like, you're bullshitting. And he's like, no, I'm serious. So I go over there. And
do you take that leg that you had?
I took over. So the foot is actually the first.
It was still good.
It was and the guy, it was my size. It was, I mean, perfectly. It matched up like fucking Cinderella. Like, here you go. And the guy built me a leg, and I had that.
In his house, he built you a leg?
In his house. He has all
this
his
bootleg ass leg, right?
And I'm talking about.
And that's that leg.
No. Oh. I have that leg at the house.
Yeah.
So long story short, I have that leg for about, I want to say 8 months. And
are they uncomfortable?
At first, yeah.
You know, but it has to get wore in there,
you have to break in your leg.
Because I see people put a lot of socks and shit,
well,
padding.
the socks are for, you start losing weight. So that takes up the space that you already lost. So long story short, fast forward, I go to my friend. He has a son that now is dealing with cancer. He has cancer in his foot. And this is 8 months later, I have that other leg. It's like a beat up prosthetic leg. Well, he was facing amputation because of the cancer. They were like, yo, we got to cut your leg because if not, then you're going to die. The cancer's going to spread. So he was like, he was telling me and telling his mom, I'm not afraid to get my leg amputated because I see Mike and I see that he's still like he has a family. He's doing all of this. So I'm at Six Flags with him. Well, he's in between his chemo. We go to the Six Flags. While I'm there, the leg just wears and tears. The leg cracks, man. And
your leg?
Yeah, the prosthetic leg. So
the one that the guy made for you?
The one that the guy made for me.
What did he make it of? Fucking wood.
No. It's plastic. Like it's real thick plastic. But what he put around it was like a cast to keep it like more solid. So anyways, the thing cracked, and I was like, man, like, oh, like, so I kind of
like a chancla busting up.
yeah, like it was like, oh man. So
You have to walk lightly.
Yeah. So after that, we pretty much left. Maybe like 20 minutes later. So we get home, and I'm taking, it's like a brawl, man.
You know, if you would have ate shit in front of everybody, if your leg would have broke, someone would have come out and bought you. It would have been such a sad story. They would have bought you a fucking.
Hey, but check out how God works. So I get home, I take off my leg. As soon as I take off my leg, it's like this, and I take it off, and this thing is what keeps it on.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So I take this off, and then this is like this, and this just goes like this on my carpet, just like this, from here, like that. The whole thing just cracks down.
Oh.
And then I'm like, oh man. And so I'm like, man, no, like I can't even, like, I don't even have this guy's number. He can't fix it. Like he did it out of, hey bro.
You know where he lives though, right?
No, I don't know where this guy's at. Just did a good deed and
Yeah, he's gone.
You know what I mean? Left. And so I'm like, man, so long story short, that little kid, my friend's son, which is now, I call him my nephew, but his name is Brian, and Brian told his mom, like, man, I want to get him a leg. And she's like, Daddy, we can't, the prosthetic legs are not, he thought that it was just like,
yeah, they're out there.
what size shoe you wear? 9?
Yeah.
Cool, I got you one. So long story short, he had
You
it
keep
on,
saying that and the story's not getting any shorter, so you don't have to say that
I'm
anymore.
like you about
don't,
that damn wallet.
Yeah, you don't have to make the story short though anyway.
So anyways, he calls the news and says, hey, my mentor needs help getting a prosthetic leg. Do y'all think y'all can help him? The news came out and did 4 stories.
What news was that?
Fox 29, News 4, all these places. They did 4 stories on me. And
What would the story be under?
Piece of shit. Fucking asked for a fucking extra foot so he could go fight. So he could go back in his fighting career.
Man receives prosthetic leg.
And then goes out and fights everybody in downtown bar. Yeah, that motherfucker. There he is. And so
so he calls the news and asks them.
I think I saw you. How long ago was this?
About a year ago.
Yeah, I did see this story.
Yeah, you didn't share it, punk.
I saw it on the news.
Yeah?
I think I saw it on TV.
Okay. Yeah, so anyways, what they told me was, hey, they're going to do a story on Brian about how he's been fighting cancer, and Brian wants you to
And how old was this dude at the time?
He's 10 years old. He was 10. He was like, they were like, hey, yeah, that's it. Do the video.
Is that you?
Yeah. And so they were like, all right. So I was like, all right, cool. I'll be there for emotional support. So I show up, and as soon as I show up, KSAT 12 News comes out with cameras, and they're like, hey, man, blah, blah, blah. And they tell me, like, hey, he wants to help you. So
That's not even you.
Nah, that's me. That's me, all right.
You look different. You look like a terrorist.
Yeah.
Were you at the Capitol?
No. Nah. So not only does the news run a story and I get a prosthetic leg, but I get a job. I get a career.
Well, okay. Who gave you a job?
I had multiple offers from different.
Just from people seeing the story on the news.
Just from people seeing the story on the news.
So here it is.
Let's see the story.
Oh man, it's yeah. I'm speechless. Like.
We have an update now on a San Antonio father who was walking again for the first time in months since his old prosthetic leg had broken. And this is all thanks to News 4 San Antonio viewers who saw the story on our newscast and stepped up to help. News 4 San Antonio's Ariana Labelli was there for the special moment when he received his new leg.
Let's see the tear in your eye.
Within an hour of getting his new leg, Mike Garza was not only up and walking, the
He's in
33-year-old
fighting with his
dad
therapist.
was running.
Are you trying to run?
Yeah.
He completed a quarter-mile on
Hey, were
this
you fat there?
specialized anti-gravity treadmill.
I can't.
Fat fucker, look at you, dude.
I only had one leg. I couldn't work out.
First time he's been able to run in 3 years since he lost his leg in a motorcycle crash.
Come on, tell the details.
It's really brought me back my life, so I can go back and start doing. I can pick up my daughter. I can pick up my son.
I could chase the guy that tries to steal my drugs.
Today, New Life Brace and Limb gave Mike a custom-made active athlete grade prosthetic.
Is that the one you have here?
That he
I sold that one, bro.
Nah, I still got that one.
The team got involved after hearing 10-year-old Brian Marquez's interview asking for help for his mentor. The young athlete fighting cancer is now also an amputee as of Friday. Mike says this leg will give him the mobility to show Brian anything is possible.
He sees everything that I'm gonna be doing with the leg, so if I can rock climb, I'm gonna try to rock climb, so he knows that it's possible. He's able. So I told him, like, man, you lit a fire in me, and I can't even explain it. Like,
see, he still had his leg there.
He's being a great mentor for this 10-year-old boy, and now he's actually able to demonstrate that.
His new goal is to complete a marathon.
Who, yours?
I don't know what marathon, I don't even know why, but I don't even like running. But
Do a mini marathon.
I want to run now.
Do a mini marathon.
How does it feel on running on that leg? Does it feel better than your actual foot?
Yes, because I don't get tired. My foot doesn't get tired.
Your leg does?
My ankle doesn't hurt. No,
It doesn't take a lot of weight on your thigh then?
Nah. So the way that they have the prosthetic legs now is, I don't know what it's called, but it holds you from up here.
Yeah.
So you're not sitting. The bottom of your nub is not hitting down here.
It used to be like that or what?
What?
That the nub would sit down here and it got tired? And the cheaper ones?
Yeah, the way that it used to be before. So this thing right here is a gel liner.
Hey, that freaks me out every time you do that, dude.
Yeah. Hey. So this is a little gel liner, and it's real thick for your tibia bone. So
Do you ever plop that on the table? You're like, hey girls, look what I'm working with. Just
Put some balls on it.
My wife would no. In the very beginning, man, it's crazy. It's crazy that you can do so much crazy stuff and it'll go viral, just stupid stuff. But the stuff that you actually planned and try to do
doesn't do shit.
Doesn't just fucking take off. So I used to sit there like this with my other leg like here and this leg right here, and I would put a towel right here.
Yeah.
And I would put a condom on my nub with like lotion in the inside, and I would have that in the middle, like it was, like I was just hanging. I would take pictures like that all the time. Shit would go viral. I post, some motivational stuff, and people are like, oh, okay,
get the fuck out of here.
Get out of here.
Just let me see that condom, the dripping condom.
So not only did I get a prosthetic leg, but I got a job, and I
So
helped.
what job did they?
I work for a company called Op Solutions. Again, I had like 6 offers from different prosthetic companies
To do what?
to basically tell my story on how I overcame being an amputee, what I did to become an amputee. And because basically, bro, when I go see patients are like, literally, they think their life is over. They think that, I'm like, man, you just lost a leg. Like, you didn't lose your life. Like, you could still, so my job is to motivate them.
To give them hope.
Yeah, to give them hope. But my job is also to make sure that if they have a question about being an amputee, you can't just call your doctor to cut your leg. Hey, well, how do I do this? So for me, when I got my leg amputated and after my hospital visit was done, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know
Occupational therapy. You didn't do any of that.
I didn't know none of that. I didn't have insurance for none of that. So I get with this company. I've been with this company now, man, for a little bit, about a year and a half now. Man, and again, man, I give it all back to God, because again, it started when I was lost. Like, a lot of people, I actually stopped doing comedy because I didn't want to do comedy the same way that I was doing it, like cussing it. Man, doing comedy, clean comedy is hard.
Yes.
Like,
No, funny, clean comedy.
funny, clean comedy is hard. Like, I tried to do it, and man, I ate a bag of wieners in front of Debo from Loud Pack Boys.
Yeah.
And man, I just got off the show with you, Juan Villarreal, Schuler King. Like, that show was good.
Yeah, that show was badass.
Man, and I was like, I was coming off, and Debo was like, "Hey man, I've been seeing you around. Like, hey man, I'm gonna give you 7 minutes. You good?" And I'm like, "Bet." Man, I went out to the car and I got high.
You think
Before the show, you mean?
Yeah, before, like 5 minutes before I went on. And I was kind of rehearsing my stuff. I was smoking, I was just jamming, and I was just like, I went up there, and I mean,
Didn't work out like you pictured it?
Man, 30 seconds into it, it was just like,
Ooh.
All right, man, I'm gone. Like,
Where were you at?
At LOL.
At the Improv?
Yeah.
Oh, on the main stage?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh,
And you just got off after 30 seconds?
I just got off. Bye.
Wow.
I'm done. We're done. Y'all are done.
I'll see y'all later. Man, and it took me everything in me to get on stage after that again.